Hey there guys, Reckoning here, and welcome back to Let's Play Muramasa the Demon Related. In the last episode, which I actually haven't recorded yet, but that's not the point, we did some, stuff that wasn't part of the story. But since I don't know exactly what I'm doing, as far as I know, that's what I'm doing. But I haven't recorded that yet. I'll probably record that in the next day. But, we're not in that video. We're in this video, which is the finale, actually, of the project, because this is like the last thing that we can do. We are taking down the final enemy lair with the requirement of level 92 or above. Of course, you don't have to be that level. All you need is all you need is to be able to get into white enemy lairs. This is called Total Pandemonium, and it's well named. This is tough. Which is why I'm brewing up some Hoto, because I need that extra life. Because if I screw up, well, if I didn't have that, it'd be all over. This is correctly named. Total Pandemonium is a 25-wave white enemy lair in the Izu province, with a requirement of level 92 or above. You don't need Oboro Muramasa to do this, though it's not a bad idea just because of the incredible attack power. The first few waves are not that bad, they're just ninjas. But as it goes on, it gets much, much worse. I was reading somewhere, and it said that this lair is pretty much all of the white enemy lairs all put together. Which, that's saying something in and of itself. You're basically taking all the white layers, which would be the Scheming Yagyu clan, Wildlife Caricature, Ghost of the Battlefield, Lair of the Oni. I think I'm forgetting. It doesn't have Giant Centipede of the Suzuka Pass or Rising Dragon Lying Dragon. Though, technically, it could. It definitely could. But, jeez. And it's a good thing I noticed that jump in the recording. I had originally planned... I'll say this real quick. I had originally planned to record this live, but 2.5 minutes in, I was interrupted by something that I couldn't just edit around. So I had to pretty much cut off the idea for a live recording 2.5 minutes into the video. Yeah. You can see how long this video is. You can see how disappointed I was at that. So I had to real quick make that cut in the video, and it's a good thing that I noticed that while I was recording the commentary that I'm doing right now. Yay. I was able to transition well enough. But most of the reason that you don't want to go into this at a full level 99, though you would have slightly better damage and slightly more defense and slightly more health, there's a big reason why you do not want to go into this with a full level 99. And the reason pretty much is, as you probably know, when you level up, your health gets maxed out. And right there, I died. So it's a good thing I put up that Hoto. So I better not die for the rest of the lair. But I'll leave it to you to wonder if I do or not. I'm not going to spoil that. But, as you know, when you level up, your health gets maxed out. You can use that to your advantage significantly in this lair. Because if you're running low on health, just level yourself up and you'll get your health maxed out. That can definitely work in your advantage. It may not happen right when you want it to, but if you're at about half health in your level, it's still good. That was a layer I forgot. Courage in the Ghostly Hour. Pretty much the entire layer of Courage in the Ghostly Hour is in this layer somewhere. But that layer was just 3 blue monks and whatever this thing is. Just like Phantom or whatever. Was it like the Phantom God? And the Phantom God, if that is its actual name, as I said, was pretty much the easiest boss in the entire game. second with, like, Giant Centipede. And it's probably the easiest because Giant Centipede at least has an attack that can break your blades. The Phantom God, as long as you know what you're doing, really is not going to ever break your blade. I mean, it's already on its last life bar. I'm just pounding the hell out of this thing. So it's there. I imagine that the Phantom God was just put in, and look, there's two more. I imagine that the Phantom Gods were put in just so if you have auto recover on, or if you need to get some soul power back, they're an excellent source of it. Especially if you need to use auto recover, because every time you hit them, you'll get a portion of their health added back to yours. So they can definitely work for that reason. And then there's the Phantom Gun guys. You can use them for some extra experience, some extra souls, a little bit of extra health. So basically these two waves are just kind of a recharge wave. If you can say that. Because the Phantom Gods are easy as shit. I came in here pretty much as equipped as I could be. I mean, I didn't go and restock, which, in hindsight, I probably should have restocked a little bit. Because I do, as you could imagine, I do run out of Komori Stones, which is a disappointment. But the first time I did it, I didn't even use stone, so it goes back to when I originally did it. And it really goes back to my skill of how I did it the first time. Without having to use stones that made it so my blades didn't deplete, or using stones that replenished my blades. What the hell? Okay, I don't know what that was. It's like froze for a second. What was I saying? Oh, right. The first time I did it, I wasn't relying on stones that would make it so my soul didn't deplete for a short while, or I didn't use stones that instantly replenish my blades. I had to go on my ability to dodge and block, basically. Which, once I ran out of stones here, that's pretty much what I had to do. So that made it a little bit more interesting, and shows a little bit more of the skill that I kind of have in this game. And while thinking about it day after I recorded this, imagine how much of a nightmare this must be on Shigori mode. Because as I've said, Shigori mode, if a blade gets broken or you take damage, you're dead. Simple as that. Imagine having to do this layer on Shigori. You get hit once, it's over. Even if you have a Hoto on, you get hit twice. Done. This is going back to like Super Ghouls and Ghosts kind of stuff. Without the ability, of course, to get like that armor back. It's like right there, I would have been dead. So I'm gonna make that. Alright. From here until the end of the video, let's see how many times I would have actually died. Say, I made it to this point without getting hit at all. And I've got a Hoto on. Okay. There would have gone my Hoto. See how long I would have made it. Okay, this is not a good example. I have to get a hit against one of these guys. Pretty sure I did. Right there, I would have died. So I would have made it. I made it what, a minute and a half, something like that. But that was too much silence. But this is another one I forgot. Ozaru Stealth Army. So this wave is 3 Kurozarus, which it's not as bad as the 4 we had to fight. And Waning Moon seemed to do decent. And one's already dead, which is nice. One's on its last health bar, and one's almost on its last health bar. That's 2 dead. So, 1 remains already, which is good. Once you get to a certain spot, it's like when I recorded this, it didn't seem as difficult as it did before. But now we're fighting some samurai. Samurai, I didn't see the samurai as a challenge. You get them in a group, you break all the blades, and you just keep slashing. That's 3 dead right there. And that's either 2 or 3 dead right there. That's them down. There's more samurai here. More samurai. That killed one. There's a few more dead. Yeah. This wave's not difficult. It gets to a point where, yeah, you could actually lose off of 1 wave. Alright, then we got 3 samurai with health bars, so they're gonna take a little bit more punishment. But still, they're basic samurai. If you know how to fight a samurai, you can do this. Disturbance doesn't seem to work that well against them, but I mean, I still am able to use that. But I'm out of Komori stones. I think I'm almost out of Jokenji stones. So, I don't know what number wave we're on because I'm not keeping track. But, yeah. This wave's not difficult. I mean, this will get difficult soon, I think. The last few waves are a decent challenge. But this is just 3 samurai. I mean, I was able to do 7 samurai, and it was a piece of cake. Doesn't give good experience, unfortunately. That's because I knew how easy it was. So I go for another disturbance, and it doesn't really do that much. Then I hit them with that, and it does a bit better. I got 2 samurai left. They're a couple slashes away from death. Just enough to kill him with quick draw. Sets that down. Next. And now we got monks. Again, not really that much of an issue. So I pop at the Jokenji stone, just because I need the blade soul power. And I go to work on these monks. This wave would make Shigori mode kind of tricky. Because they can break your blade kind of easily and they breathe fire. Which is always fun. Because, I mean, if you get burned or you get poisoned, ooh, you're done. So you need something on to negate that. So here's pretty much the other half of Courage in the Ghostly Hour. Which is blue monks. I mean, it tweaked Courage in the Ghostly Hour a little bit. I mean, originally it was 3 blue monks and 1 Fan of God. This time around it's 2 blue monks and 3 Fan of Gods. So, still not difficult. I mean, it gave you more easy bosses, really. But still, you'll notice that I know how to fight blue monks a little bit better, so I pretty much destroy this one. Example, that one's already dead. Now I'm level 96. Over 9,000 health. Not gonna make the joke. Internet's done it for me. Blue Monk has nothing on him. Had I been on the other side, I probably could have knocked those things back into him. I wasn't watching how much damage that did, though. Might have been good, but it's already dead, so why worry about it? Gave a lot of experience, though. Jesus Christ. Now we've got... Alright, this is the one wave of wildlife caricature. A bunch of pheasants, a few boar. Nothing severe. The pheasants are the only issue. Of course, the boar can break your blades a little easier, but they're much easier to hit than the pheasant. Ready for that wave? And now we go to Tengu. Fantastic. I think this is just like one... I think it's more than one. It might be like 3 waves of Tengu. And then I think... No, won't spoil that yet. I think it's in a few waves, though. I think it's 3 waves of Tengu. And then something similar to Tengu on the wave following. Might have been 2 waves. Might have been just 2 waves of Tengu. 2 or 3. Not sure. I didn't actually research what they were. I think I know what the last 3 or 4 waves are. I know what the last one is for sure. I know there's a sequence of a few, but I don't know where exactly that falls. I have an idea of where it would fall. So... Okay, yeah. 2 waves of Tengu, then a wave of Snow Women. Which are no problem. So, still going strong. I mean, I had to use that Hoto just to cover up the mistake, really. Got basically no experience off of that. And now we've got... Oh, I think I know what's coming up next. So we got some more Phantom Samurai here. And I bet you can imagine what's going to come up after this wave. Or the wave after that. Nope, this wave right here. 2 Phantom Samurai and a Chigori Bishamon. Oh no, more Phantom Samurai. But still, 1 Chigori Bishamon. So. Not an issue. We fought him before. We fought 3 of him at the same time. Without much issue. So, nothing to worry about here. He just can take some hits. He can also deal them, but he's not something to worry about. And I have stones, so we're good. Only like halfway through the video. To think. I mean, this video is all 1 layer. 1 layer takes half an hour. Half an hour for 1 layer. I was able to clear some of them before in like 3 minutes. This is taking 10 times that. Ridiculous. Right, we're at level 97, so we're nearing that max. But we still have 2 level ups to go, because max is 99, not 100. So we can still use that leveling up, should we need it. But I don't think we hit 99 off of this. We might hit 98, I'm not sure. I do not remember if we hit 98 or not. We could. That doesn't mean we will. We've almost got Chigori Bishamon down. And he's dead. He just crumbles. So that's another wave down. What's next? Alright, next comes the next set of waves. They're fun! Remember how I said the Lair of the Oni is a part of this somehow? Well, here's some small Oni. You've been warned. It's basically what this is telling you. Next thing you see, 2 big Oni. So you better be ready for some shit. Because, you're facing it. Though I think I handled this wave moderately well. It's just 2 big Oni, nothing really to worry about. But I think I do kind of wombo combo them to where they can't really hit me. If you get them stuck in the loop, you're pretty much in the clear. And I think that's exactly what I did. I don't think Disturbance would really be very helpful here. That would give them too long of a window to get out of the loop. And since they can't hit back, I'm not exhausting any soul. But it looks like the red one or the blue one's on its last life bar. And the blue is dead. The red's on its last bar. And it should be dead soon. And there it goes. Red is down. So that's all the big Oni we're gonna see. Because there's Beast Oni now. There's the Bull Oni and the Horse Oni, like we've seen before. By the screen shaking, you can tell that the Horse Oni is charging over, which I dodge. Quite masterfully, if I do say so myself. This is basically the same as the Big Oni wave. Just getting them in a loop doesn't work so well. And they have, big-ass pliers. They have different attacks. You have to change up your strategy a little bit. If you can get behind them when they're going for the pliers, you're pretty golden. Of course, if you're too busy getting hits in while they're swinging at you, well then, yeah. Or if you're deciding to slash at their head while they're about to charge at you, well then you're just an idiot. Case in point, I'm an idiot. What looks like, okay, yeah. 1 Oni down, 1 Oni on its last bar. And now it's dead. So what could possibly be next? But of course, 5 Oni! Why not? 5 big red Oni. So they didn't exactly copy-paste Lair of the Oni. Instead of going 1 wave of little, 1 wave of big, 1 wave of beast, and then 1 wave of beast and big, they went 1 little, 1 big, 1 beast, 1 all big. There was 5 of them, not 4. So this is actually tougher than Lair of the Oni. But if you went through Lair of the Oni pretty easily, then you should have no trouble with this. Because it's all 5 of the same enemy. You can try and go for 1 at a time, but it doesn't work that well when you're going against guys like this. Which is why I need to use Squid. That... I think I've got 1 close to the last bar. I need to show Shokanshu Stone there. So... I think it's pretty obvious with how far in the video that we are that I don't die. Because if I did, the video would be a hell of a lot longer. Or, maybe I did die and got something out. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows? I mean, if you skipped ahead in the video, then you know. But if you didn't skip ahead in the video, then you have no idea. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Do I die? Or not? So these Oni are pretty much dead. Gotta get attack in. That one's dead. That one's dead. So, following 5 Big Oni, what could possibly be next? Okay, that's down. So what's now? Oh! Here we are! The final wave! Shadow Momohime and Shadow Kizuke. This is the final wave. If you can beat them, you win. Not really much to say about this. If you can fight Samurai, you kind of know what to do here. If you fought... I mean, you fought both of their bosses, so you know how to fight them. But can you fight them both at the same time, is the problem. They've got good health. They've got Obora Muramasa. They can use Disturbance. So can you. You're basically on the same level as them. But it's a 2-on-1 fight. So, who is better? Well, we just kind of have to watch and find out. They're both on their first life bar, so I haven't done that much damage to them when you look at it. I need to use a stone here, though. My blade's about to break. I think I have stones left. Not sure. That's down. Just in time for Obora Muramasa to come out, but then Shadow Kizuke counters my quick draw. I'm like, okay, try Disturbance. I don't need soul power. Fuck it. I think my goal here was to go after the one that I had broken the blade of. If it was Shadow Kizuke, I would go after Shadow Kizuke. If it was Momohime, I would go after Shadow Momohime. If I broke them both, well then it was just, I guess, whoever was closer. I think Shadow Kizuke goes down first. I think he does. I do not remember. But I'm taking damage. And I don't think Thunderclap's exactly a very good secret art to use here. But I mean, if this is your first time going through this layer, you wouldn't know what you're going up against. Unless you, spoiled it and looked it up. But why would you do that? Well, then again, if none of you have played this, you're pretty much spoiling it by watching this. But odds are you probably weren't going to get the game in the first place. Though some of you probably want to after watching this. Because this is a fantastic game. And I hope I've showed that. It's not really difficult. At most points, it's as difficult as you make it. And if you go for some of the tougher stuff, well, then that's kind of what you're asking for. Like, if you're going into this under the recommended level, not equipped with very good equipment, and not really having a lot of items on hand, well, then you made it difficult. If you go in fully stocked, with plenty of healing items and plenty of stones, well, then you're prepared, and it shouldn't be that difficult. If you still die anyway, well, then you're probably not that good at the game. And if you have no trouble and you go in unprepared, well, then you're just good. If you go in with, no items and you just take no damage, well, then you should beat the game on shore and go for Shiguri, because apparently you're a god of Muramasa. And then, of course, you get in there and then, get hit on the first enemy, and you'd be like, well, what the hell? Reckoning said I was a god of Muramasa, and then he was wrong. What an asshole. Lying straight to my face like that. How could he? And now I believe I'm out of stones, so I really have to do this all on skill. Which, obviously, I don't have. If I've come this far into Total Pandemonium, and, I've died. I've made it this far, but I died. So, apparently I have no skill. Obviously. I think it's Shadow Kizuke that's on the last life bar. But since there's only one notch of life bar left in the upper life bar. I don't know who it actually is. Okay, Shadow Kizuke is on his last life bar. Shadow Momohime seems to be on her second to last. So, this battle is winding down. So, yeah. And they sure like using disturbance. At least I have a blade to use. Yeah, I could probably do a lot better against this kind of fight if I, used more strategy or stuff of the like, and like waited and timed my attacks, correctly. Because the game tells you, somebody in the game tells you, it's like, well, if you want to beat a samurai easily, you wait, and you hit them at just the right time, and you break their blade in one hit. I would assume the same thing would work on Shadow Momohime or Shadow Kizuke, or just the Momohime and Kizuke you fight as second ending bosses. I have not tried it, because I haven't tried it on Samurai. I would assume it works, but I don't know. I haven't done it. And Shadow Kizuke is down. Shadow Momohime is on her last life bar. It is a fight to the death. I mean, I've got healing items. She doesn't. I mean, she's got probably infinite over Muramasa, but I dodged that waning moon attack at the end, so apparently I'm a god of Muramasa. So it is my destiny to defeat Shadow Momohime and win this lair for the second time in history. And with that, I have done it. Total Pandemonium has been defeated first try. Narukami bracelet acquired. This is the hands down best item in the goddamn game. I am half a level away from 99. I don't care. I don't need to do any further training because I am pretty much invincible. You'll see why once I put this item on. Once I find it. Probably way at the bottom. As I expected. Effect. Save soul. Use secret arts without losing any soul power. Wait a second. Save soul? That sounds familiar. There is no way in hell that has the effect of a Komori stone, effectively making it so you never use any soul power, blocking, or using secret arts. Wait a second. I'm using disturbance. I didn't use half the bar. I can block. I can parry. I can repel attacks and not do any damage to my soul. I am a god of Muramasa. That is an awesome weapon. But I'm reckoning, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, impromptu endings aside, I do hope that each and every one of you enjoyed this project as much as I did recording it. And while my headset did break like halfway through the project, which suffices to say I'm not happy about, but it still works, but I can't use it for, I can't use it really that well for recording because, the earphones don't work. I can't use it for playing on my PS3, which really saddens me, but, that's not what I'm getting at. I sincerely hope that everybody who watched this project, all three of you, haha, did severely enjoy it. I really do enjoy this game. I think it was worth the $20 that was spent finding it at Sears. And, I adored this game from the day that I saw it on XPlay. I really think that it's, the mechanics are good. I think the graphics are good. And I really do think that it is a fantastic game, even though it's on the Wii, which people say is not for, hardcore games, which obviously Muramasa is. But that aside, again, I hope you all enjoyed it. I definitely did. Though I may not always sound like I enjoy a video, I do. Because, it's playing video games, it's talking, which I don't do much in real life, but still, I'm reckoning you are the viewer. Until next time, stay awesome and keep being my awesome fans. And I will see you guys next time.